SiriusXM.
Hey, hey, hey!
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show continues. This is After O&A Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
That was intense. It's After Opie and Anthony Live. I want to do some pills or something. Sal, you have any pills in, like, Vicodin or something?
No, we can ask Troy, though.
Yeah, see if Troy has any perks left. I gotta take some pills and drink something, man. That shit was crazy what just happened in here. We turned this mother out. That's to say the least. By the way, Ant left the party early, but before he left the party, he wanted to make sure that you knew that there are secrets behind closed doors in every relationship, and one of the biggest is that men are losing libido, especially men over 40. The problem, that's right. Ant doesn't suffer from this problem, but a lot of people do. The problem could be declining testosterone levels. I've heard Dr. Steve.
Fat chicks.
Could be fat chicks, too. Remember, it's testosterone that makes a man in every way. That's why you should take T-Gen. It contains all natural ingredients that will safely boost your testosterone. Call now and you'll receive a free bottle of T-Gen with your order. It's at 1-800-533-8429. That's 1-800-533-8429. In a study, 85% reported an improvement in sexual desire. So don't wait. Call now. Call 1-800-533-8429. That's 1-800-533-8429. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Call us up, by the way. 866-WOW-1-WOW, 866-969-1969, and tell me what you learned today on the Opie and Anthony Show. I learned how to party, baby, and I learned that a lot of people around here know how to fucking get down. I learned that DJ Sex is a master behind the ones and twos, and I'm going to test him again. Intern Jeff Spicoli. You were put under the gun yesterday.
Yeah.
You learned.
What'd he do?
Well, he learned. I asked him what he learned on yesterday's show, which, by the way, call us up right now and tell me what you learned. 866-WOW-1-WOW. Yesterday, I asked him what he learned. He said nothing. He had not learned one lesson from.
Did you not listen to the
I failed
show?
miserably. No, I didn't. I was working on something else, and I wasn't.
You see what happens when you're gone at WrestleMania, Eric?
Yeah.
Your interns fall apart.
No, I was just working.
What did you learn on today's Opie and Anthony Show, Jeff?
Well, I learned the staff is some great fucking dancers.
Yeah?
You guys busted the shit out of this room.
Yeah, I mean, this
yeah.
roof looks a whole lot higher. I'll just put it that way.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Who do you think was the best dancer in here?
I thought E-Rock was the best dancer from behind. Yeah.
He was doing well behind the board there?
Yes, he was. You can only see from the waist up, but those legs, man.
Why do you want to see from the waist down?
He wants to see that dick. He wants to see
those legs, man.
He wants to see you do that dick slang that you do from time to time.
I'm staying in the office.
So you've learned that some of the staff are good dancers.
Yes,
That's good.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Yeah.
I learned something if you want.
Yeah, please. DJ Sex.
Well, we didn't hit the sweeper. Do you want to hit the sweeper now for that? Or?
Yeah. Hit the sweeper.
Here comes. What did we learn? What did we learn?
What'd you learn, DJ Sex?
We learned about Jim Abbott's callousing nub that he had there.
Well, yeah.
No one ever asked him before.
First of all, today I learned that Jim Abbott don't have no right hand. Who knew? I mean,
everybody.
Really? That was a well-known thing.
Well, you said you were at that game.
Yeah, but I just thought he was a good pitcher.
You didn't notice that he just kept doing everything on one side?
I thought he was a lefty.
Oh.
So, screw me, I guess. Yeah, Jim Abbott was in here today. That was a fun interview. I also learned that Robert Kelly, the comedian, is a professional wrestler now. He made his debut on Monday Night Raw last night. Where's Sal? Is he in there?
He's answering the phones.
Oh, okay. Let him answer the phones then, because I don't know. You learn anything else, Jeff Spicoli? Because what you learned today was just in the last,
I learned something on the after show.
Hang on. I want to learn what Jeff Spicoli learned, because he gave me something from the last 25 minutes. I want to, this is what did you learn throughout the whole show here on After Opie and Anthony Live. What did you learn today?
There's so much goes on throughout the show, I tend to forget.
That's a terrible statement to make.
And, yesterday after I left here, I was like, oh my God. Everything came back to me like, oh yeah, I heard this.
Right.
I didn't hear the whole show, but I heard bits and pieces. And
so what did you learn today that you didn't forget?
On the spot again,
nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
All right. Well, tomorrow
Yes.
You think I'm going to ask you again?
No, because I'll be better prepared. At this time, I'll be prepared, and you won't ask.
You're actually going to pay attention to the show?
Yeah, I'll pay attention, yes.
All right. Dave, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
Howdy, faggots. I learned that Anthony will be throwing out the first sperm in his pool this weekend, and that Jim Abbott should have wrote his book in shorthand.
That's right. Thank you, Dave. Both of those things are true. It's so great that Anthony is filling up his pool now. Who opens their pool up the first weekend of April? I mean, I guess we've had an unseasonably warm winter, but still, it's a risky thing. Let's go to my buddy Fontaine. Fontaine, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show? Fontaine, you there? Oh, boy. Fontaine! I'm going to put him on hold. I'm going to pick him up again. Fontaine, if you're listening, I need you to talk to me. I got the buttons pushed, so it's not something wrong on my end. Fontaine... Oh, and he hung up. It was something wrong on his end. I also learned today on the Opie and Anthony show that Kenny can't take care of himself. This guy, this giant galoot, who, by the way, we were talking about, yesterday, we were talking about that I had my bachelor party over the weekend, and that me and a group of friends went to see Jim at Caroline's, and then we went to, and some of the guys around here, we went to Caroline's, and then we went to the old strip club. But my friends who didn't work, who weren't members of the show, who had never seen these guys before, couldn't believe the size of Club Soda Kenny when they saw him. Because he had to walk in and escort an unruly patron out of the club that night at Caroline's. And they couldn't believe. I mean, you got to see him in person. That's another reason to go see Jim live. Kenny usually travels with him. And it's hilarious how giant this man is. Joe, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
Hey, Sam, by the way, great seeing you at Caroline's the other night, buddy.
Hey, good to see you, too.
I learned that when Opie and Anthony have nothing to say, they'll play music for the last 15 minutes.
You don't think, Joe, that was a well-choreographed bit that we discussed yesterday in our creative meeting?
Oh, sure. Like every bit on the Opie and Anthony show.
That's right. Thank you, Joe.
Later, Sam.
I love it. It's instances like this that make it so there are actually people who think that there are bits done on the Opie and Anthony show, that anything is planned or that there's an end game to anything we do. Nothing is ever planned. It's the most, this show is Opie and Anthony is harmfully spontaneous. It's not like, it goes past the point of being spontaneous in a fun way, and it's spontaneous in the way that, look, guys, we got to plan something. We got to do a show, because otherwise what happens, we turn the studio into the hottest club this side of Jersey, baby. DJ Sex, was that your first time DJing a party?
Yeah, that was.
Oh.
That was my debut.
And it was really good. Bob, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
Well, I learned about club music and stuff, and I got to say it was the best show you guys have ever had, and are you going to keep playing this music because it's the best show ever.
You think that that's something that Opie and Anthony should do, like, for the whole 4 hours?
Oh, yeah, I think it's better than anything else they've ever come up with before.
All right.
Because they're not that funny or anything.
That's very good, Bob. That's a brilliant observation. Troy, this is not Troy Kwan, I'm assuming. What did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
I learned that you guys fucking burn out the music shit, man. It was good for like 5 minutes, and then it kind of lost its steam, and you guys just kept going and kept going. And why didn't you play any Skrillex, dude? That shit hits hard.
That's true, Eric. DJ Sex, you should have put some Skrillex on.
I didn't know if O&A could handle some of the dubstep stuff.
Skrillex is the hottest shit right now. I mean, that shit's on Hits 1. But, Troy, what you need to understand about comedy is it goes up, this is funny. It goes down, this has been going on way too long. And then
it goes under the surface into the ground.
And then it goes all the way into the ground to the Earth's core, the molten lava ball that's at the center of the Earth. It goes all the way down there on the Opie and Anthony show. That's how far we push it into the ground. Because from there, the only thing that happens is it gets launched right back up into the stars, and that's where we end every time.
Fair enough.
All right, Troy. Chris, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show? How come half the phones work and half the phones don't work?
Hey, you there?
Oh, there you go. Chris, you almost made me yell at somebody. What did you learn today?
I learned how good of a DJ E-Rock is. I mean, DJ Sex.
DJ Sex is the name he goes by in the clubs. And I think that he heard that Troy was, was making a little side money and getting a little career going for himself in the clubs. At this point, I think Troy Kwan needs to really be aware of what's going on around him. And
watch out, Troy Kwan.
Yeah.
DJ Sex is coming into the industry.
Would you, if you found out DJ Sex was playing somewhere, would you go to that party?
I'm there.
Exactly.
I'm there.
Exactly. That shit was fire today. Thank you, Chris.
Sam, I loved all the shows. The podcast is great.
Thank you very much, Chris.
You're welcome.
Dan, what did you learn today? Danny.
Yes, Sam?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I learned basically with a monopoly, you could pretty much do whatever the fuck you guys want. Bored the shit out of me for the last half an hour. That was beautiful. Thank you very much.
What's a monopoly?
A monopoly is when...
I know what a monopoly is. Who has a monopoly?
Sirius, XM, whatever the fuck. It's all one. Well,
Okay.
You know, who are you competing against in satellite radio?
Okay, listen. First of all, we can't do whatever we want because you could either... Listen, you could either change the channel or do you understand that this medium right now is probably the most competitive it's ever been because you can easily turn on terrestrial radio or everybody's podcasting now. If you're listening on a computer, just go to iTunes. There's 150,000 podcasts.
Well, unfortunately for me, I drive a truck, so I don't have a lot of options like...
You don't have a terrestrial radio in your truck?
Well, I do, but when you're constantly driving, 2,000-mile runs, it's always changing. You want to listen to one thing that's solid, and all I have is you and Stern. I mean, what the fuck am I supposed to listen to? Cavino and Rich?
Look, I'm not going to put you through that, but you could turn on Stern.
Well, don't get me wrong. Well, I'm going to listen to Stern, once, twice a week, and then he's off. I mean,
Yeah. Listen.
Don't get me wrong. I love the show. I love Opie and Anthony, but come on, dude.
You have to embrace the bizarre. You have to embrace what happened here. You know where the humor is? It's not so direct. It's not like somebody making a joke and you laugh at it. What you're laughing at is the fact that this shit doesn't go on anywhere. People are saying, I would never do that on the radio. But Opie and Anthony, they do it. That's hilarious.
You're absolutely right. They're groundbreaking geniuses for playing fucking club music for the last half an hour.
Thank you, Dan. I'm glad we agree on something.
All right. No problem, Sam.
Later.
Day.
You too. And see? Everybody, and this is all everybody's talking about. It's fucking DJ Sex and what's going on. We expose people to new music. We expose people to new DJs. You know what I mean? I'll bet there are a lot of people who wouldn't have gone to a club before.
We're your club and party station.
That's right. What don't you understand about the fact that the Opie and Anthony channel is slowly turning into a club mix channel? Embrace it. Club mix with commentary. You know? It's what we're doing. Kevin in Houston, what did you learn?
Hey, buddy. I'll tell you what I learned, Sam.
What?
I learned that after 7 years of listening to this program, or however long it's been, there's still a bunch of fucking idiot listeners out there.
Yeah.
Do people not get that this show is ever-changing, it's ever-evolving? You know, one day you could be talking to a one-armed pitcher, and then, the next day it's fucking Club Opie and Anthony, which I thought was just awesome.
That's the whole thing. It's just bizarre, weird shit that happens in here sometimes.
So, punch it out, please.
Thank you, Kevin. Troy, you're back in the house. In the house.
Can I tell you what one of my favorite times was on Opie and Anthony in Bizarro? in Bizarro, Opie and Anthony?
Yeah, what?
Do you remember when what's that guy's name? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Who was it?
Ira.
Ira.
Do you remember when Ira was, and he gave out his phone number on the air? And it was like Bizarro world going on here for an hour.
Because he just kept leaving the mic on him while he answered the phone that fans were calling.
Hello.
Because what happened was Ira, he's on the Jay Thomas show. He's the guy that Opie was talking about yesterday. Opie found Ira in the bathroom and he goes, Ira, when are you going to come back and do the Opie and Anthony show? And Ira looks at him and goes, never. And so he used to come on the show, and he's a maniac. He's just this weird old guy who loves radio. And one day on the show, he gave out his cell phone number, and he gave out the first 3 digits. And all of us in here go, no, Ira, do not give out your cell phone number. And so he whispers the last 4 digits. He whispers it into the microphone.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, sorry. No, go
no, he was like, hello, Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah. But it was his phone.
It was a cell phone.
Yeah.
I think I have a short clip of him answering the phone if you want that.
Yeah, let's hear it. Ira answering the phones.
Hello. How you doing? Great. I think I heard Francis.
All right, hang it up, Ira. Hang it up. I'm sure that's the only one you're going to
Bobo,
get.
what were you saying? No, I was saying my sister, whenever she eats chocolate,
that's right, Bobo is the
she
studio.
wants water.
So bizarre.
I don't know, for.
Oh, Ira, your phone's ringing. I gotta love him.
Oh, saliva?
Hello. Happy and Anthony's show.
It was his own personal cell.
Yeah.
You see the kind of weird shit that happens here? Tony in Cleveland.
Hey, what's going on today, Sam?
What's up, Tony?
Hey, fuck all them people, man. That last half hour was so good that after Opie punched out, I had to jump over to BPM for like 10, 15 minutes during commercials.
Good.
Get some more.
Good. Thank you, Tony.
Although we need to hear some Dead Mouse, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. Skrillex, Deadmau5. But listen, that was DJ Sex's first time at bat. I'm sure this is going to happen again.
On the wheels of steel.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony.
Hey, no problem, man.
All right.
Yeah, I love it when the Opie and Anthony show derails and it just turns into Bizarro land.
Because you just get to sit there and listen to it and go like, where the fuck can this go?
Yeah.
Like, this is so weird.
If we were going to talk about times that the show just went off in a weird direction.
Yeah.
When our XM studio was being rebuilt and we had to do the XM portion from our K-Rock studio.
Yeah.
Where the midday jocks were doing ticket giveaways and other stuff. Ope would say, hey, the K-Rock lines are ringing, and he'd start answering those calls for suck dick for suck cock for K-Rock.
He would just answer. I think it was, who was it, Nick Carter?
First it was Julie Slater.
All right,
and she got so pissed at us.
These jocks are trying to do like ticket giveaways, and then Opie was picking up K-Rock's phones and going, "Hey, do you suck dick for K-Rock?" Or no, suck cock, of course.
For K-Rock.
Hey, do you suck cock for K-Rock? And they're like, what?
Dude, I love that
What's going
shit.
on? Because you're sitting there and you're like, it's like 9:40, so there's 20 minutes left of the show. And you know they're not going to get back into regular stuff. So you're like, where's this possibly going to go?
Yeah. And especially, it's funny, as a listener, you'll tune in the middle of something and you just have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Right.
And then you're like, I have to hear how this started.
Yeah, yeah. And
Why
you're
did
going to
my
go
friend
and
tell
listen
me
to the
to listen to
replay.
this?
Yeah.
Dude, you got to turn on O&A right now. They're doing club music. Just turn it on. And then
Yeah.
you turn it on and you're like, what? What?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
But if you give it time and you just open yourself up, it's fucking hilarious.
It is. Yeah,
You know?
I love it.
I don't know. And what'd you think of DJ Sex?
I think they did great.
Did you feel threatened a little?
No, man. Sex is doing his thing. I'm doing mine. You know?
Yeah? You think there's enough room for everyone to be successful?
Of course, man.
I'm
Good
going
for you.
through some. I'm trying to find a small clip of the answering the K-Rock phones, and one of the bits here is Hope keeps saying, "Are you doing any of that foo fucking for the Foo Fighter tickets?"
Fucking. It was a weird time, man, and sometimes the weird shit happens here. That's part of the Opie and Anthony show. That's the Opie and Anthony experience. Just embrace it. Like, there's gonna be some fallout hilarious moments, right? That are just like literal, tell a joke, that shit is the funniest thing I ever heard, laugh out loud. There's gonna be some bits that are like, that's either horrendously cruel but funny, or that's disgusting but funny, or whatever. And sometimes you're going to throw a club party in the middle of the studio for no reason whatsoever.
I love it.
Just because E-Rock, and that's how it started today, E-Rock happened to turn a song on, and we just decided to play club music for the rest of it. Why did you turn the first song on?
Because Ope was talking about getting a house on the Jersey Shore and maybe in a nice area that's family friendly, but maybe has a club or two.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he said club, I threw some club music
Just
on.
boom, and then that was it. Josh in Texas, you're on After Opie and Anthony Live.
Yeah, I got my XM for Christmas one year, and I was just cruising along, and I flipped this channel, and I hear a buzzing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the hell is that? And it was Jim and Patty and a vibrator. And I've been hooked ever since. I've been listening ever since that day.
Because you were like,
shit ever.
because you're like, no other show is doing this. That like every other show, right, is worried about making sure they reset up what the name of the show is. Like every 10 minutes, it's like, hey, by the way, this is the Opie and Anthony show. We're talking to Jim Abbott. So Jim, da-da-da. Whereas you got Josh in Texas, who doesn't know the Opie and Anthony show. He's just flipping through the XM dial, and the first thing he hears is just a vibrator. And they spent, it was like an hour or an hour and a half with these vibrating panties that they put on Stalker Patty. Because that's what we do.
Back to work.
Yeah.
I was late back to work because of it. Like, I didn't go back to my job because I was listening to this shit because I wanted to know what happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what it is. Thank you, Josh.
Who was it? Was it Opie or I think it was Opie? Where for a period of time his cell phone was causing interference, and he would just start, that like weird, and he would just throw it in the middle. And if you didn't hear him originally talk about that, and you just tuned in, you're like, was my phone doing that? He's like fucking with the audience.
Not only was his cell phone causing interference, but he actually had us put that sound on his replay. So, like, in the middle of shit, he would just start hitting it. That.
You can do it during spots.
Yeah.
Too.
It's crazy.
I love it. I love when you fuck with the audience. If you didn't hear when it was set up, you don't know what the fuck is going on.
And nobody knows where it's going, so you're just like, they're just playing club music. Like, why are they doing this? Why is he playing that sound over and over again?
Yeah.
When it goes somewhere, it's fun. Nicole, you enjoyed it, right?
Oh my God, I was dying. I'm in the car. I'm a Jersey girl anyway, and I wanted to call in and tell them where to go, and you guys just kept going. I could not get out of the car.
It wasn't stopping. It refused to end.
And actually, I looked up. It was 10:03. I'm like, wow, it's actually after 10, and they're still there.
See? It's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Nicole.
They're having fun.
Yeah, you're just having a good time. Mike, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show today?
Sam, today I learned that it sounds like Troy Kwan got a nose job.
Yeah, Troy Kwan did indeed get a nose job. You can hear it still. You still got shit up in your nose?
It's just swollen.
Because the thing I learned was that you had an abortion come out of there.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Oh.
It's fucking gross.
So your nostrils clear now?
No, I'm swollen. You know what I mean?
So the insides are swollen.
Yeah, but they sprayed me with something yesterday that let the swelling go down for a minute, and I breathe better than I've ever breathed in my life.
How do you feel now that you're back about your new bit, Troy Loves Himself?
I mean, dude, whatever. I don't even know how the whole thing, because I wasn't listening, I don't even know how the whole thing started.
Well, they were like, I brought up that you were getting a nose job for cosmetic reasons, and then...
But that's completely false. And I've told you that on multiple occasions. I was getting it so I could breathe.
And no, I thought you said.
No, I never said. I wanted to get my nose straightened out because it was crooked.
I thought you said I'm getting my nose straightened out. I'm getting the bump down, and I guess while I'm there, they're going to help me breathe.
That never came out of my mouth like that.
I got so much shit going on. Sometimes I don't remember all the little details.
Yeah, well, and of course, then you give this information to them.
Yeah,
and then they completely.
Well, and then they saw your Facebook pictures that we have up on Facebook / Opie and Anthony, the Troy Kwan Gallery. And
which I'm flattered, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, but some of those pictures, they are like sort of model-y shots.
Well, I'm sure that you understand that I DJ, so I'm trying to sell, like, as if, like, if you were in a band, you wouldn't just stand there with a blank background. You would try to have something that sort of looks marketable, right?
You got to show some kind of personality in there. Like, what's going to draw my eye? Eric, have you thought about promo shots? DJ Sex?
No, I am now.
Yeah.
Have you put something together?
Check out the pictures on the Facebook page. Do something like that. Something real sexy like.
Okay.
I guess it's just in this environment, we haven't been around people who actually are at all confident in their appearance to the point where they would have pictures taken of them and actually try to look cool. That's a vulnerability, you understand, in this world.
Right.
So.
I mean, that would explain, too, why Opie and Anthony used promo shots from 10 years ago.
Right. And for the thing on the wall, remember Opie and Anthony made that big deal about having their picture plastered on the wall?
Yeah.
That's just a picture that they took at the Hard Rock. They didn't want new pictures taken.
Right.
Because we're not a glamorous crew of people.
No, but I think that they could do something cool other than just stand there. You know, I mean, show a little bit of personality, I guess. You know, is that so wrong to say?
Although the picture that they really liked was not your DJ picture. It was the one where you were laying down on the rock looking off into the distance, all sexy like.
Oh.
The black and white one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little like, what the fuck is that?
Well, what's wrong with that?
That's what it brought the Chris Isaac video up to start with, because he said it looks like you're in the Chris Isaac video looking off into the distance, because it kind of looks beachy, because you can't tell if it's a rock or sand or whatever, and you've got, the sunglasses on and the sun is hitting you and you're looking off into the distance like, I'm very sexy, I'm Troy Kwan type of thing.
Well, first of all, Chris Isaac is a handsome gentleman, so I'm not offended in the least by saying that I look like Chris Isaac. The song isn't a great song.
You like the song?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because my girlfriend knows the guitar player for Chris Isaac, and she's laughing her fucking ass off.
Did she hear Anthony doing a bit?
A little bit, yeah. There was somebody posted a video. I don't know if you saw that. They put a montage together.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, she saw that. She was laughing about it.
Was she like, oh, he's so right?
No. She just thought it was funny that they were using this.
Did you hear how they were describing the music video you do? Where you're singing to yourself and caressing yourself in the beach?
Anthony thought that he envisioned a scene where you were rolling around the beach with Troy Kwan. So your arms were also around Troy Kwan, whose arms were around you, of course, being Troy Kwan.
Well, I mean, do I really come across that vain? That I would.
And that literally, you as Troy Kwan would have your finger, and you'd be brushing them on the lips of the other Troy Kwan.
Wiping the sand off?
Yeah. Like wanting to make passionate love to yourself.
And that you keep looking up to the sky in wonder.
Right. Like, how do you do this to me? Like, I love you so much, you drive me crazy. You being yourself. You understand?
I mean, it's funny, but I really hope I don't come across that vain, especially from a handful of promo photos.
And then Opie was calling you a dick, but I think he still harbors resentment because you made him insecure about the clothes that he wears to work.
I mean, dude, he was wearing sweatpants to work.
Hang on, a caller really wants to chime in.
Okay.
Juan in Mexico wants to chime in.
Hold on, Sam. Hold on.
What's up, Juan?
I just want to say Troy Kwan got to know the job. He looks funny.
Juan, if you want, I should say, Roland, if you want to come in the studio, you can just come in.
I'm laying down, dude.
Okay, goodbye, Roland. Ray, you've been on hold for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, fine, you can
just come down.
Say your piece. You don't think it's an accurate description, though?
I certainly hope I don't come across that way, but I mean, I understand why it would be interpreted like that.
Yeah. I mean, you're a very fashionable guy. It seems like you spend more time on your appearance than anybody else on the show.
Right.
Definitely.
I mean, as far as I try to stay in shape. I mean, if that's what you're talking about.
Stay in shape. Pay attention to what you dress in, how you dress, what you wear.
Well, you got to look good to feel good.
You think about those choices. Spend time doing your hair and stuff.
It really, I mean, I know it comes as a shock to a lot of people. I really don't spend that much time with my hair.
That's bullshit.
I don't wash my hair.
I don't believe it.
Is it like Fonzie? You just look at the mirror and go, oh, it's perfect.
No! And I think that you did your hair when you took a picture on your Instagram, which is Troy Kwan, and you took a picture of you with the cast on your nose and the black eyes, but your hair was perfect.
Yeah, but I don't wash it. It's just like that all the time.
I think you, Roland, what do you think?
Sexy bastard.
He does it. He'd spend some time on his hair.
I think people are just angry I have hair.
You think that's what it is?
I think so.
It's a very thick head of hair.
I am leading a bald revolution against you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, do you think Troy spends time on his hair? Do you think I'm not saying he spends hours on it.
Yeah.
But do you think it's really the nothing that he says?
I think every week it's a big undertaking. Like conditioning, moisturizing, combing, brushing, like 100 strokes this direction, 100 strokes that direction, so it's nice and soft, has some volume.
And then that lasts him the week, or does he then just touch-ups for the rest of the week?
I think he does touch-ups. He's got a maintenance system in place.
Do you have a strong maintenance system?
Not really.
Like, is there a weekly ritual that you're like, okay, it's Sunday, I have to block out 4 hours to sculpt my hair properly for the week?
But I really don't have that much hair.
No, but
it's not long.
It's so well styled.
But the front of my hair is maybe 5 inches long, and the rest of it's maybe an inch.
It's not long.
So you can, I'm sure you can imagine it really doesn't take much time to put it into some sort of style.
Right. No, I can't. I mean, I don't know much about hairstyles. I'm not the guy to talk to about that.
Right.
Eric knows more about hairstyles than me.
Right. I mean, he goes blonde. He goes wild.
And yeah, we should say, listen, and that's the other thing. Like, Eric has also tried to style himself and do things and stuff. It's just he doesn't have the taste that you do. You know what I mean? Like,
I just think if Eric does something, he just needs to own it.
Yeah, you own it.
Well, you gotta stand up and be like, fuck you. You know, like, I'm rocking this. You know, you don't like it, suck a dick.
I see. You know? How much time do you spend getting ready in the morning?
20 minutes.
Do you pick out your outfit the night before?
No.
20 minutes. I take 2.
Well, Roland, you have come to work in your pajamas before. I mean, you come to work in athletic shorts.
I rolled out of bed.
Right, and running shoes for some.
He's come in with his underwear on backwards.
He's come in with his underwear inside out.
Oh, that's what I meant, yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't remember if it was while you were gone, but literally, he was sitting in the office, and his shirt was riding up his entire back, and you could see his inside-out tighty-whities, Roland's.
Well, Roland's an interesting person because, in my opinion, I think appearance says so much about you, especially when you're walking around the hallways. If you look like a jerk-off, your bosses are going to take you as a jerk-off. They really are. Your appearance really does mean a lot. But Roland dresses like a complete fucking slob.
Yeah.
But
like there are homeless people who I'm like, oh, he's got a little better style than Roland.
Right.
He kind of knows what he's doing.
But the funny thing about Roland is he pulls off the craziest shit that no other booker around here are pulling off.
You mean in terms of booking guests that you wouldn't expect?
Right. So
like he got Jim Abbott in here.
He can bring guests in here that everybody else look at him and go, dude, how did you get this person in here? So it's
and then when they go to ask him, Roland, how did you get that person in here? He's in the office with little short shorts on and pulling them up so everybody can see his balls outlined.
Yeah, and giggling.
And they're like.
So in that regard, it's funny. But I mean, you got to admit, the bosses look at you like you're a slob.
Yeah.
So you don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
No, you'd
Pay me more.
You'd rather lower the expectations.
I say, pay me more. I'll dress like Versace.
Versace. Versace.
Until I get.
Hey, boo boo. I am Versace.
When I get lower pay, I dress like a bummeroo.
I understand. And talk like Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo boo.
Yeah.
Plus, I saw American Reunion last night.
Was it good? I saw you tweeting about it.
Hilarious.
Yeah, you like chick flicks.
This is not chick flick. It's really good. It's comparable to one.
I heard Jason Biggs' dick is in it.
Yes.
It is?
It is.
I can't wait to see it.
It's fucking hilarious. I was roaring with laughter.
Scrambler.
Sam, how you guys doing? I got to stick up for Troy with the hair because I'll put gel in my hair. It takes me, I don't know, a minute to do my hair, and I can sleep on it for 2 nights and wake up the third day and it still looks like I just did my hair.
Do you put gel in it, Troy?
Yeah.
Or hairspray and stuff?
No, just gel.
So you put some gel in it, it gets its shape, and then if you don't wash the gel out, it keeps its shape.
Yeah, you just run a comb through it. It goes right back the way you want it to go.
I understand.
Yeah.
So what day of the week is the big hair washing maintenance day?
It depends. Sometimes it gets so greasy that I have to wash it.
It does.
No, so when I wash it, I'll blow dry it because my hair is naturally wavy.
And when you're blow drying it, you put like the blow dryer in front of your face, so like your hair is blowing back in the wind.
And I'm listening to Chris Isaac.
And you're listening to Chris Isaac, and you're looking in the mirror, and you're going, oh.
And I'm kissing the mirror.
I love myself.
Yeah.
And just licking and tonguing the mirror.
Put his balls on top of the sink.
Do you put your balls on top of
Pinching my nipples.
Yeah, and going, oh my God, I look so good. After that nose job, that's amazing.
You think his girlfriend's just sitting there watching him do this?
Your girlfriend is just sitting there like, are you ready to go?
Diddling herself.
Right.
She just can't take
She's
it.
ringing down the whole in slow motion.
She loves it. Is she as attracted to you as you are?
I'd like to think she's attracted to me. I mean, she's decided to become my girlfriend, so.
And you're just like looking at her like you just won the lottery, baby, because I am a beefcake.
No, I really don't look at myself like that. But
would you consider yourself a stud, a beefcake, or a hunk? If you had to pick one.
I think it's all three.
Stud, beefcake, or hunk?
I try to do the best I can with what I have.
But if you had to pick one of those three.
I don't think I'm any of the three.
Okay.
Out of Sirius XM, he'll be like the man of the year on the cover.
Roland.
Yeah.
Troy, stud, beefcake, or hunk?
I'd say stud.
You would say stud. E-Rock.
I'm going to say stud because beefcake is a big, like, jacked up muscle.
Okay, like
guy.
a juice head.
Yeah.
Like a Jersey Shore juice
and
head.
hunk could be asses, so, but he just, like, girls walk up to him like, oh, whatever, I don't have time for you.
Is
away.
Sal in there?
No, he's off doing something.
Who's in there?
The intern who doesn't listen to the show.
Okay, ask Jeff Spicoli, stud, beefcake, or hunk for
You
Troy.
listening to the show? Don't tell me what it was.
He said stud. Everybody said stud. I say hunk. Because I say, like a stud is just like a hunk is the guy who everybody around the office, all the girls go nuts for. Like Luke Perry on 90210 was a hunk. Whereas, what's the other guy's name?
Jason Priestley.
Jason Priestley.
Brandon and Dylan.
I say Jason Priestley was more the stud, where Luke Perry was a hunk. And I see Troy as the Luke Perry. Is that how you see yourself?
No.
You don't?
No.
But if you had to pick one...
This is just such a stupid conversation.
Why?
Because I don't look at myself like this. It's just, it's so...
Today, Shandorty and I think Troy Spelling's in the building.
Oh, my God. Don't let them see Troy.
No, we can ask them.
No. We're not going to ask anybody.
Who do you think of the two of them would want to fuck you more?
I would hope it'd be Shannon Doherty.
You would.
I loved her.
Yeah, that other one just being at babies.
Yeah.
And what was the other blonde one?
Jenny Garth.
Oh, I loved her.
She just got divorced.
Oh.
Yeah.
You think you could tag her?
I mean,
Dude,
I'd give it the good old college try.
I'll book her in this after show.
Yeah.
So he can tag her.
How quick do you think she would be all over you?
I don't think she'd be over
10 minutes.
me.
You don't?
All. The fuck no, dude.
10 minutes.
No. You say 10 minutes,
So
Roland.
her last boyfriend before him played drums at a no-name band, and she went for him because she had a tattoo and that.
And Troy Kwan is a celebrity
think Troy
DJ.
could get it in 10 minutes.
No, I can't, man. Not because I have nothing to offer these fucking broads.
You don't think so?
No.
They don't want that. They want to be controlled.
A producer for a radio show. I mean,
well, a celebrity DJ. The world's most desirable, handsome hunk man.
That's just stupid.
That's not how you see yourself.
No, you're just being stupid.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
You're being stupid. This bit is ridiculous.
You think it is?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
It doesn't make sense to you.
Well, I certainly hope I don't come across that way. If I do, I apologize for coming across because it's the way that I'm being portrayed as a fucking arrogant asshole.
Sorry.
But a handsome one.
I hope.
But a handsome one, right?
I hope that I am not coming across like this, and if I do, I apologize.
Are you going to the hall making fun of you?
Are you going to ugly yourself up a little bit?
No, I'm going to fucking dress the way I've always been dressing.
So
and I'm going to stay in shape, and I'm going to try to do the best I can with what I have. And if you don't like it, eat a dick.
You'd be a hunk.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you said yeah just now. You just said yeah. This is a great question Corinne in New Jersey has for Troy Kwan right now. What's up, Corinne?
I'm just completely confused because I thought that Troy said that women were only orifices, and he's got a girlfriend?
That's a great question, Troy. You went on after Opie and Anthony Live and said, what is a woman? An orifice.
Yeah.
And now you're saying you have a loving, committed, monogamous girlfriend.
You went out to dinner with them, Troy does tell her that. So
At
Troy
dinner?
keeps it real.
He goes, hey, orifice, what are you going to have?
Well,
no, he ate my last wing. Someone, what an orifice.
Oh, I understand.
I have a very unique girlfriend.
Yeah?
Very unique.
In the sense that she is actually you, and you're dating yourself.
I'm dating myself.
Yes.
No, I'm dating a girl that is grown up playing and touring in rock bands, and completely is okay with me saying that women are just good for orifices.
You're positive that it's not a real doll that was made in your image?
No, because you've met her.
That would be great.
That's true.
It's like Seinfeld. I'm dating me.
I did meet this girl.
And Roland and I went out to dinner with her.
She's awesome.
And, yeah, beautiful girl. From the short conversation I had with her, seemed like she had a good head on her shoulders, smart, with it, eye contact. I liked it.
I'd say, unlike other bras, she has her shit together. All these other bras is like, tell me I'm not pretty.
She wasn't exactly a Monica. You know what I mean? She wasn't an airhead. You know, she was a girl who seemed like she had her shit together.
She does, and Monica is sweet. So,
but does she, your girlfriend, realize that you can only ever be committed 100% to one person, the person
myself.
who you find more attractive than anyone?
That is myself.
You.
Is that what you're saying?
Is she aware of that? Or?
She after all that's happened, when I'm sitting home ill in bed, barely conscious,
and just mumbling, "Oh, at least I'm still hot."
and then these fucking tweets are coming in, and that fucking Anthony's ripping me apart.
Yeah,
it's
he
like,
was. He did a number on you.
What the fuck?
He did a number on you. It was good though.
And
funny.
him of all fucking people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, what does that mean?
He's not like a vain guy.
I told you this.
The hair plug thing?
He's goofing on me for my nose, and this motherfucker rocks hair plugs.
They're follicles,
I would rock
artistically
follicles
implanted.
if I could afford them.
You'd need a lot of them.
Dude, I don't care.
It's expensive.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. If you are bald and you're putting you're plugging hair into a bald spot, that's a hair plug.
Roland, plugs or follicles?
Some celebrities, they get plugs.
Yeah, but I've seen celebrities with hair plugs. They don't look like Ant. Those guys look like jokes. Ant looks like he just has a full head of hair.
Yeah,
you never knew.
There's a couple celebrities that got really good follicles.
Who? Name one.
I ain't gonna do it.
I'll
Ain't
name
stupid.
one.
Who?
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell got hair plugs?
Watch the first season,
Well,
maybe 2
Springsteen.
seasons of The American Office,
Uh-huh.
and then see towards the end of season 2, go into season 3, full head of hair.
Joel McHale?
Yeah, I ain't gonna go there.
Artistically implanted?
Springsteen.
Springsteen did.
Yeah.
Does that make you more or less attracted to him?
Yeah, he's a sexy beast, whatever he
what,
does.
what can you say?
Motherfucker's in shape. He looked good.
You like
Yeah,
him?
62 ripped.
Who's in better shape, you or Bruce?
Fucking Bruce.
Is that difficult for you to say?
No.
No?
Dude, look at him.
So what you're saying is, like, you know, attractive knows attractive. Handsome appreciates handsome.
I mean, you can't. I'm sure you can say that's a good-looking gentleman.
No, I mean, I guess I could, but I wouldn't.
Well, why would you not? I mean, why can't you say you're blank, where every guy just looks the same? You can say, well, that guy's in shape, he dresses well, he's an attractive gentleman. It doesn't mean you want to stick your fucking penis inside of him.
If pressed, I could make the observation, but it's not something that I just appreciate, you know, out of the blue.
Well, I mean, I can say when I see Bruce Springsteen on stage at 62 years old, holding up, being able to fucking climb the rafter into the fucking the fucking rafter of the Apollo Theater, you go, you go, dude, motherfucker's in shape.
And you're like, he kind of looks like me a little bit. That's a handsome guy. Is it that kind of thing?
No.
Okay, that's a question I could ask.
I make cumsies.
Just now, or
no, for Bruce?
Would you blow Bruce Springsteen?
If he needs loving, I'm there.
Will you let him fuck you in the ass?
If he needs to do it, I'm there.
What about little Steven? Could he fuck you in the ass?
I don't know. If he gets me a picture with Bruce, yes.
What about Bruce's road manager? Can he fuck you in the ass?
Would you blow Bruce's road manager for a picture with Bruce?
Troy, I have morals, yes.
Yeah, and that falls right in line with them. Yes, I would. Now, Eric, Troy, like we said, felt the wrath of not being there on the show when he was out for his nose job.
Yes.
You, what?
It's not a nose job.
Yeah, it was.
I was getting my septum fixed.
Rhinoplasty.
And what else?
I got it corrected.
And the lump and the... There's a lot of cosmetic alterations done. You look like a different dude.
No, well, because it's swollen.
No, that's not what it is.
It is swollen. You know it's swollen.
It is swollen. But I think that your appearance has been dramatically altered.
Get the fuck out of here.
And that's a cosmetic procedure, but that is what it is.
He is glowing.
Somebody was just on the phone asking me if I was going to do a wrestling podcast. I want to hear what that guy had to say. Eric,
yeah,
you were at WrestleMania over the weekend. That's why I was going to go right into this with that phone call, and then that guy hung up because he thought we were just going to talk about Pretty Troy all day. You don't mind that nickname, do you?
Yeah, and you think The Rock is an attractive guy, and you've said that you would blow The Rock.
If The Rock, Roland,
is The Rock hot?
Is he hot?
Is he a good-looking dude?
You're pressing me to make the observation. Yeah, he's not a bad-looking guy.
Okay, well then, why are you fucking busting my balls about Bruce Springsteen?
And Roland, if The Rock needed some loving, you could see where I would give it to him, right?
Yeah, and if he needs an extra loving, I'll be there for The Rock.
You would do that for The
Yeah.
Would you blow The Rock?
Yeah. As long as he says when I'm blowing him, do you see what The Rock is cooking?
Yeah.
Let me go, yeah.
Do you taste what The Rock is shooting, is what he would say.
Yeah, and I go, yeah.
I had sex with a girl that had "Know Your Role" tattooed on her back
with
the Rock logo.
With the Brahma Bull?
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't Eric?
No.
He's got the same tattoo on his right
as a tramp stamp?
Yeah, on his lower back. I've seen it.
No, I don't. Do you?
Surrounded by hearts.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Was she white trash? To the bone. I mean, based on that tattoo alone, yes is the answer.
I mean, now that you put it like that, it's, yeah.
I mean, if you saw a girl walking down the street with a Brahma Bull tattooed on her tramp stamp that said "Know Your Role,"
But she was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the tattoo add to the hotness or take away from it?
It took way away.
I would have it would have added to the story. Like, I would be like, oh my God. Like, I have to do this
She
now.
told me what it was, and I didn't want to go any further. Then I was like, "What is that?" She's like, "Oh, it's for The Rock." And I said I didn't even go any further.
Did the bull have the people's eyebrow?
I don't know. It was the bull, and it said "Know Your Role." That's what it said on her fucking right above her ass.
My role is the guy who's going to fuck you in that hole right now.
It's disappointing.
How was WrestleMania? Happy to be back, Eric?
No, Miami was great.
Yeah.
I would have loved to stay down there longer if I could.
I'm surprised you didn't do more wrestling stuff. I was looking at your pictures on Facebook and stuff.
No, I took a lot of photos that I'll give to you. But,
Oh, okay.
The ones that were I had on Facebook or something like that were just from my phone.
Because when they come here next year for WrestleMania,
we're everywhere.
I'm going to be at every single event.
They invited us.
Who did?
Well, one, Howard Finkel.
Howard Finkel?
I saw
that on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, that he personally invited you and I to come to the WrestleMania stuff. We have no excuse since it's in New York.
Does he know who I am?
Yes, he knows who you are.
Does he really?
Yes.
How does he know?
He said, quite possibly the only person who might be able to catch up to his knowledge of trivia with the WWE.
He didn't really say that.
No, he didn't.
You fucking asshole.
I'm just building up your confidence.
Does he know who I am?
He knows who you are.
How does he know?
A lot of WWE people know who you are.
Yes!
Who's Howard?
People that hire?
Well, I don't think Howard Finkel hires anybody.
Oh, he's the old ring announcer, old school, man.
Oh.
He's the greatest.
He is.
Why would if he dies before he give you your invites?
Then we get him from somebody else, I guess. I mean, that's just a horrible thing to say.
Yeah, that's really terrible to say.
I mean, what happens if Bruce dies?
No.
You see? Doesn't that hurt?
Yeah.
Who else invited us next year?
Oh, just, our regulars that we know in the...
Joe Vila?
Of course, Joey V.
Nice.
Yes.
He's the man. So what was your favorite part of the WrestleMania weekend?
I don't know. Just traveling around with it. Oh, the mojitos for breakfast was great. No, everything was really cool. It was very well done, that fan access thing.
Yeah, I was talking to you about it on the Sunday show. It was like a Comic-Con, not just a fan fest. That's pretty cool.
And it's probably only going to get bigger next year if they do it maybe at like the Javits Center or something.
I was thinking they do it at the Meadowlands. They do it in the Izod Center.
Oh, they could.
It's right next door to. They're doing it at MetLife Stadium next year at WrestleMania. So,
yeah.
Are you bummed out though? Because we were talking about on. Is he farting, Roland?
Farting massively.
We have to get going.
We still have like 2 minutes, right?
No, we got less than a minute.
Were you bummed out that you didn't stay in Florida for last night's Raw? It was a huge episode. We were talking about it on the show today with Brock Lesnar.
It was. Yeah, I would have liked to have gone. I would just like to stay in Miami longer, but whatever.
Whatever. Flo Rida.
Can I mention something quick?
Mr. 305. Pitbull. Yeah.
I have a new mixtape available for free download.
Where?
You can go to TroyQuan.com, TroyQuan.com, and go to my SoundCloud page.
It's probably not as good as Eric's mix today.
Eric doesn't have a mixtape available for download. I do.
Eric, you're sleeping on this shit.
Yes, you do. It's on Audible.com later today.
We'll be back with more of this tomorrow. Stay tuned. The best of Ron and Fez is coming up next.